Manny, we did
Yep.
it. We finally
500.
Yeah, we finally reached our combined weight. So if we're a tag team, we're combined weight of 500 episodes. We did it. We did it. Tony celebrated a little too hard.
Well, Marcus, it is our 500th episode.
Yeah.
I wanna give you a title I held for quite some time.
Oh.
I think you are the new Thirst Trapper Jones.
What? Come on. I'm just doing thumbnails here. I didn't have nothing to do with these thumbnails today. First of all, you're not going to get me to admit, and he didn't do any of the thumbnails today. This is all a ambiguous bastard that did this.
First of all, you were the only one that had the template of the red, the red cartoonish thing on the corners.
Oh well, that's evidence. That's Exhibit A. That's just Exhibit A. That's not
Exhibit
real
A.
evidence. Fake news. This is me having that background. I have never had this background. Yes, it may have been on my desktop, but I've never had this background ever. Just like the FC files. Never had it.
And we also have a timeline of events which I will tell the truth on.
Oh, damn it.
So, yeah, we have hit 500. The actual thumbnail is this the greatest week in women's wrestling history with one of the, I'm going to say, one of the best women's segments in AEW history.
You're talking about that Megan Bain 4-way, right?
Yeah, of course. And then, and a lead into Evolution, but we'll talk about Evolution later. And then we get to here. Swerve destroys the Bucks limo. This is where Manny has creative control came in.
No, Manny shouldn't admit this. You're going down.
So, to be clear, that yellow thing in that picture is a dig.
Oh, that's with a hard R too.
With
Jesus.
a D. I said, Marcus, wouldn't it be funny if we just played around with the words? So, timeline of events. Marcus then does this.
Come on, it's like evidence.
Marcus does this. He puts a star and then the tiny D.
Jesus, I'm going to hell for this, and I'm going to call it sellout. I'm RG3. I'm RG3. No.
I was like, maybe you put Swerve in the image. He was the one driving it or operating it. So we have this.
Now, if you have a dirty mind, you would think that hashtag means anything other than a digger. I'm just saying. It's clearly a digger. The Young Bucks wanted a different kind of deal.
So Marcus was willing to do this, but when I said you should have the title say Mercedes Moné, what was the actual word?
This is a text message here. This is disgusting.
Pussy-faced fraud.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it.
I would never do that to Mercedes. Why? I don't know.
Chaotic Tag Team Championship match. It happened.
It was a good match. It was a good match. I know you hate tag team wrestling, and I know you hate Hank and Tank, Manny, but the Hank and Tank did it. That's the name I want to call them. I want to call them the Honkies because they always go honk.
Yeah, I like Hank and Tank now. I don't have a problem with Hank and Tank. It's everything that comes along with it.
Do you have a problem with me calling them the Honkies?
No.
Because they do the honk move, and I was like,
some white people may take offense, but I don't.
I'm too young to use the word honky to know it's a racial slur. Now, crackers. Wait, we're on the road today. We're starting off on bad foot. It doesn't matter. No one's going to watch this show. We've been demonetized to the point where we're barely existing.
That is 100% true. There is actually no major news outside of Shayna Baszler potentially was in a backstage role at NXT the other night. And TNA are looking for a $10 million deal, TV deal, which sees them being live every week.
Yeah, and apparently, according to Dave Meltzer, with a grain of salt, WWE is looking to buy those TV right deal and take over the broadcasting of TNA. So I'm assuming that means they would go to Netflix or the WWE YouTube page. I don't know what that means.
Not necessarily.
I didn't read all the article. I didn't have time.
Not necessarily, because I think they'd have to, if they were to put that on Netflix, they'd have to renegotiate the contract, I believe, internationally, because Saturday night's main event doesn't come on Netflix.
Oh.
That ends up being on WWE's YouTube page for those watching internationally.
I'm just saying, more evidence that WWE owns TNA. I'm just saying, it's got more evidence. Hey, own them. Just stop lying to people. You own them. You are their daddy. Okay? I saw clips of the interview of the TNA owner or CEO or whatever his position is. He's a fraud. He's a fake.
Now,
Shawn Michaels in makeup. I know it. I've seen it. I saw his lazy eye. I knew what was going on here.
Now, Marcus, you have said the word honky.
But no, I haven't.
I believe this word is just as old. Good morning, evening, make Hulk Hogan get stuck in a room with a bunch of jive turkeys.
Oh, he in trouble. Yep. He in trouble now.
Dodgers are starting to slip, and congrats for 500 shows and bringing joy into our lives. I should have screamed that because that was all capitals.
Yeah, you're supposed to go, congrats over 500 shows and bringing joy. And I said joy and joy to all, into all of our lives.
The beginning of him ranting just there, or celebrating right there, he started to sound a bit like the Catalyst carrying cross.
All I gotta say is this about the Dodger slide. I'm not following them. I'm not covering them. I don't know when the protests are going to end. I'm sure when the playoffs start or something. I'm trying to hold my ground. All right? I've been a lifetime Dodger supporter. It's hard for me not to support them. And it pains me to see them suffer like this. They're getting their ass whipped every single night.
How many games are you behind now?
Huh? No, we're still, I don't know how many games we're behind, but we're still 20-something games over, 30-something games over 500. So,
fine.
Yeah, we're doing fine, but I think we lost like 6 straight, or they have lost 6 straight.
Yeah, but it's like there's 163 games.
Yeah,
in a season.
Yeah, they. I mean, it's the dog days of summer. Everybody struggles in the dog days of summer. I'm sure they'll reform themselves back by August or September, but who knows? But it's hard to support their pieces. Them being a piece of shit.
Do you think they'll be doing something with Brock this weekend, since he's scheduled to be in Atlanta for paid fan pictures? Probably not, but I wouldn't be surprised if he would.
Manny, I'm going to look outside my window to see if the heat is off of Brock Lesnar, and I'm going to say it might be. I think he's going to show up and be in the crowd and do one of those applauding things. Maybe he is Gunther's next opponent.
The heat is off.
Heat is on. I wish we had the copyright to that song, and whenever a wrestler get heat, we just put that on. Heat is on. All right, if that's the heat is on, Manny, what is the morale is down song?
I don't know, some depressing music.
I have "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend." Put in the comments, what do you think is the morale is down theme song, or one of the many other cliches that happen in news stories in the wrestling. Give us theme songs.
You ready to jump into Dynamite?
Yeah.
So this is Dynamite's final show before AEW All In.
I'm giving a strike.
Why?
I want to start with a strike right off the jump.
Let me get through the intro.
No. You want to know why?
Why?
Because last week, WWE and AEW made a concerted effort to advertise Superman. This is the week it comes out. Why did they advertise the week before?
Because they run out of money. Warner Brothers ain't got no money.
Yeah, but why did they pay for this week?
Because they're stupid. That's why they gone gone all in on this movie.
I don't even think they needed money to do this. I feel like they just walked in AEW. We're putting Superman all over your ring.
Yeah,
What
they
the
do
fuck?
that.
Like I would just bully them into doing it. Tony, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Little bitch. We're putting Superman in the ring.
So this opens up with Mercedes Moné.
Mad world. Me. Worn out places. Worn out faces. We need better AI to do videos for us of that. A morale is down video with the Mad World song.
Mercedes Moné calls Tony Storm a mark, and she comes out from backstage to confront Mercedes.
I think she was coming
Mercedes
out
says
either
we
way,
deserve a
but
toast. Mercedes says we need a toast. And she says to her being a 7 belts Monet. Tony warned her she is not like the others. But over the last several weeks, you have treated me like the underdog and speaks in catchphrases and is a pussy-faced fraud. All
yeah.
these belts she holds are masks. What the hell are you afraid of, Tony Mercedes?
Dead on impersonation, Manny. In fact, I think you should play Tony Storm at your local club to say, Tony Storm's here. Cover our artist. Cover Tony Storm. And Manny's there. It's like, oh.
If you ever catch me doing improv and imitating Tony Storm, if you ever catch me doing that, just know I'm at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I would assume, I would just defend you and say Manny's having an episode right now. He's in his Kanye West phase. Just crashing out. You crashing out. Crashing out everywhere.
Mercedes says while they have walked similar paths, she will always be better than Tony, always outshine her in success and class, and she is not afraid of anyone or anything. Tony says legacies don't exist. We're all going to die and be forgotten. All that matters is one moment when she steps in the ring and realizes she fears an ordinary life. But I fear an ordinary death. She sincerely believes she deserves all the titles except this one. She will go down as the woman who couldn't win the big one. They have a drink, and Tony says, "Eat shit, bitch."
All of a sudden, she became Dave Chappelle's Rick James. Eat shit, bitch. I'm Rick James, bitch. But yeah, you missed my the dirtiest line of Tony Storm before she came out when she said, "There's only 2 things that comes in Texas, and one of them is me." It's one of the dirtiest lines in the history of wrestling, I think. And I think Tony Storm might hold the record of the dirtiest thing said on a professional wrestling program.
Yeah.
But this was a fun segment. You know, it's built to the hype. I will argue, should they main event All In?
No, I think they've made a big deal about this Moxley thing. But I do believe this match is built better than this stupid Texas Death Match.
I don't know, Manny. Aren't you going to get emotional when that title comes out that briefcase? You're going to get a little emotional. You're going to get teary-eyed. I know you. I know you're going to see that title and you're going to be like, it's been so long. My baby is home. My baby is home. You're going to start crying and be like, these skinheads don't have my title and they'll never get it again.
Now let me answer your question, Marcus. No, I won't. And the only reason I may be crying is because the show has probably been gone past the 6-hour mark at that point, and I want to go to sleep.
Well, you know what, Manny? I have good news about that. According to the internets and the dirt sheets, they may end the show earlier than expected due to they not want to compete with WWE in Saturday Night Main Event.
Marcus, I firmly believe AEW got Saturday Night Main Event beat. Because ain't no match on Saturday Night Main Event to make you want to watch Saturday Main Event.
Hold on. I have something that's more powerful than All In and any matchup they can put on, Manny. And you know what that's called?
What?
Free.
Okay. Sure, free.
Free. AEW costs money, or it costs you to stream and do something illegal,
Yeah,
according to the
I bet
FBI.
I bet you half of those people, half of these AEW sickos that they like to be called. I don't mean they like to be called the sickos, but that's what they're called online. Um, don't even pay for these pay per views. They don't contribute to the fund.
Yeah, but you know what? That's gonna be their excuse. And then you know what? I know you may not respect Bill Goldberg, Manny, and I know I don't give a damn about no Bill Goldberg. But you know what? There's a masses out there who want to see Goldberg and his last, or allegedly last match. And I don't know who those people are, and I don't know why they exist or what they do for a living. I'm assuming they're incels, but
Jesus.
but they want to see it. And AEW is doing the right thing because WWE may do something that AEW can't do, and that's shock the world with a Goldberg title win.
Can Jimmy? I know you're in the chat. Could you fact check something for me?
No,
How
not
old
anything
was
I say.
How old was Vince McMahon when he won the WWF Championship?
It's 55.
Okay, then that makes if Goldberg wins the side, that makes him the oldest WWE champion ever.
Gotta get him off the books. I know he's got bringing out 14 and I or whatever the hell that is. You gotta get him off the books. You gotta get him off the book.
That sounds like a porno Vince is making.
And then, okay, here's another scenario of Saturday Night Main Event happening during All In. Goldberg loses. He's getting his trap and celebrating, and and even Gunther is proud and shakes his hand. However, a grizzled 300-pound man of muscle and heat on his back, Brock Lesnar, goes in there and attacks Gunther. I'm just gonna get the people talking. People gonna want to switch over.
You think that's gonna happen?
They want to take the WWE wants the news cycle. They want the news cycle. I think AEW is gonna have a 10 times better show, if not 20 times, if not 50 times better show this Saturday Night Main Event. However, the news will be buzzing if Brock Lesnar comes out there managed by Vince McMahon. Where'd you get up here?
I believe a group come out that are tanned like hot dogs. And someone may cash in.
He could do that as well. So I see all obligations for AEW. Maybe we do end this a little early. But at the end of the night, WWE might have the news cycle. They may have the news cycle. They may have the buzz. They may have Twitter.
Well, they're going on. They're technically going on Raw, so they may have. They'll have the buzz, but AEW.
Whoa.
65. Wait, he won it twice.
Yeah, one of them might be the ECW title.
Well, the ECW title don't count. I'm talking about the WWF title when he won it. When he won it. So yeah, 54. So that Goldberg would be 4 years older than him at that point. It's disturbing.
Didn't happen. I don't know why they couldn't do it for Sting. They could do it for fucking Goldberg.
John Moxley warns Hangman he has never lost a war of attrition. Will Hangman hold the line? How can
I prove that? Just says things, people. He just says things. I've never watched a war of attrition. Manny, have you lost a war of attrition?
No.
Exactly. So we're both undefeated. Don't make you special, Mox. It don't make you special.
Will Hangman hold the line under the pressure of attack expectations of everybody who's counting on him? He thinks he's a victim, a waste, and absolutely pathetic. He has one chance to prove him wrong. And then we get Bandido and Brody King versus Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher.
Does this have anything to do with anything?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't, right? So I do not have a problem with this match. I'm not going to say it.
No, the match is fine. I just didn't care.
Yeah, why is this here? This is the last show before All In. This has nothing to do with anything.
All of these people are in the Casino Gauntlet.
Yeah, so I could be in there too. You just don't know when I'm coming out. I'm in the line. I'm in the queue. Man, you should get in that queue too. Since we don't know how many people are entering and how many people can't, we're all in the queue. You can't prove me I was wrong. I still want my paycheck though for showing up.
So I didn't know what happened on Collision, but apparently Ricochet's got a team because Blake Christian had a little box interview where he said he's by himself because of what the Gates of Agony did to Lee Johnson. And now, Marcus, I want to know: was this
Was
a
he just?
last-minute push to be on a pay-per-view by the Gates?
Uh, this is making the pay per view. I didn't get. Did I miss that?
No. So, do you know how Ricochet was looking for a crew?
Yeah.
I
This is his
think his
crew.
crew seems to be the Gates.
Yeah, I can just see him walking in their locker room. Take all this funny shit off of you. Wear real clothes. I don't know what y'all wearing. I don't even know your names.
Ricochet wins with the aids of the Gates.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I think High Rise with Trick Williams can whoop their ass. I think they can whoop their ass. I think they can whoop off. I think that faction can beat this faction's ass.
I don't know, Marcus.
Ooh.
I don't know. Because
So man, Trick and Wesley, they're the muscle of the team, and then you got High Rise.
No, but you can't. I don't. You can't include Trick in that. If you're strictly
Why
talking about
not?
High Rise, you're talking about Wes and
I
the
feel
other
like
two.
this week they were in concert together, and I think they need to stay together. I've been saying Trick is needed a team. I thought it was Dark State, but now he found some darker brothers on the side. He found a darker state
No,
with the High Rise.
if you stood them in order, they're a running shade.
Who we talk about?
Trick
Wesley
and
either?
High Rise, yeah.
Yeah, but they're a much darker group because you know what? They have Cutler in the other one. Kind of throws off the scale. That's like having a chocolate chip. That's like having Napolitan, and then you open up and then you see vanilla and just chocolate left. They have no strawberries.
I hate Neapolitan ice cream because it's always the worst flavors of all of them. It's the worst versions of all those flavors.
I am not a fan of it. I normally just eat the strawberry out the middle. Like if that runs out, then we ain't got no ice cream in this house. I'll tell you that right now. That's what's going on with the policy.
It's always the worst version of those ice creams.
The only mixed flavored ice cream I like is sherbet.
I'm not a big fan of sherbet. Unless it's direct sherbet, where it's pure sugar or cocaine. Then I ain't about it.
Manny, his cocaine flavored ice cream.
If I ain't buzzing.
Manny walks into your fridge. You got ice cream? Yeah, I got ice cream. 100% pure ice cream right there.
No, I remember in school, there used to be at one point these got really like in. It was these little straws that you could pierce open, and then like it would be sherbet, actual sherbet, like sugar with flavor in. But they were a fucking mess. One day I thought I'm gonna be really popular. I'm gonna buy the whole bag.
Oh, Manny, cool, Manny.
But it was a fucking big bag. That shit lasted for weeks. Mess everywhere. It was my fault. Everyone was like fucking high. I felt like a drug mule at that point.
Yeah, I believe at that current moment, Manny, you were a drug mule, and I've never heard of this, and I think they stopped selling that because one, it was causing a bunch of diabetes, and two, it was cocaine in there.
I've never been more buzzed in my life about with those.
And that's how Tuesday night Manny began on sherbet ice cream.
No, I think at one point though that was as close to the limitless drug from that movie. I was locked in.
Manny's like doing math calculations and everything. I would have never graduated from school if it wasn't for this sherbet ice cream. Had me focused. I was teaching the class by the end of the night. Teacher asked me several times to get off my desk.
I was as fast as the Flash at one point.
Manny was on the table yelling, and they threw our tea in the river. Fuck you. Fuck America. How do y'all teach that? Is that part of your guys' history? Like in history class, no, you go like, and fucking America. Do you guys do that?
Some schools teach it. But I know most people study American history if they study history and do it as a college degree.
Yeah.
it's not
But
always taught because it's not because Britain didn't technically win it.
yeah,
They
yeah,
don't.
that's why. That's why I was
They're
just
not going to talk.
curious.
Yeah, they're not going. They don't normally talk about it. So the thing is, me and you are way out of the the academic lifestyle. So I brought it. It may have changed since. We ain't been to school in a very long time.
Yeah, I will tell you this, Manny. If I was in elementary school and they were teaching this, I'm booing the teacher. Why are you teaching us this? Boo! Why are you giving this is like teaching the New York Jets history right here. This ain't what I want to hear.
You know, I nearly see right there. There is the Jets jersey. I nearly wore it on today's stream, and then I was like, no,
Yeah,
not episode 500.
but
Today
Manny,
is accomplishment.
you could bring it up and talk about jet speed.
Marcus, that gets a strike too.
Jet speed gets a strike all the time. I want to give him a strike for stealing. I want him arrested and prosecuted for full stand of law. I want to see Speedball Bailey in jail, barefoot and handcuffed, feet to toe. And I want to see Kevin Knight in there going, "We didn't do nothing," freezing and snitching on Speedball in the confessional.
So yeah, Jet Speed steals the tag titles. A talkie talk happens, but I did not care about said talkie talk. Marcus, would you like to explain what happened?
No, because Mark Briscoe wanted to have a talkie talk. MJF said, "I don't. This is the stupidest thing ever." And then Mark Briscoe said, "I know you're gonna say something about my brother." And then Jay was like, and then MJF was like, "Nah, homie, I'm talking about you. You're a disgrace. Your brother is looking down at you, shaking his head. You're part of the boys, the greatest tag team." This pissed off Briscoe to him and MJF thought stop doing a talkie talk to a fighty fight, and they decided to do that. And then the Hurt Business came out, and they put the hurt on Mark Briscoe, and then Jet Speed come out hitting Hurt Business with their own title, and I think they got the best of them if I remember. I can't remember the end of this.
Yeah, and then Christian and the boys came out.
Oh yes, yeah.
The leveled Bob Roberto.
Yeah. I have a new strategy to win this casino battle royal. We just jump Mark Briscoe with the Hurt Business. We beat him to an inch of his life. Just an inch. Now kill him. Inch of his life. And then as soon as that bell rings, you do the finger poker do where he can't take it more. You pin him, and you have won the battle royal without anybody coming out and everybody back there going like, "Tony, this is the worst idea ever. Nobody got a chance."
But do you know what? At some point, they have to do that for this match. For this match, women's or male, at some point, the first two need to be the only two.
Yeah.
It has to happen.
Yeah, it has to be like you got to put them in there, and Griff Garrison and let me think of somebody bad who's good, and who's a monster in their company.
The Beast Mortals.
The Beast Mortals just destroys Griff Garrison, and then he's the new number one contender.
Yeah, because the thing is, they hype up that this match can end at any time. So that is why position 1 and 2 are so important. That's why they have qualifiers for it. You've told me on the importance of these two positions. At some point, it should only end with these two, and it'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but how long did it took? I think it took there to be a long time to have you win from number 30 in the Royal Rumble. That was always the big thing. Oh, I get number 30. I'm getting a good draw. And then it took forever for people to start winning at 30. Now it's too many, but it took forever. So if they're going to dirty scan, they got about 20 years in there. 20 years ahead.
Nah, in the next 2 years, do it, Tony.
Until I pull the trigger.
In the next
Who you got doing it? Who you got doing it? Who would you have do it? You got to pick the jobber and the wrestler. Because there ain't no coming back from this.
MJF. Not that he needs it. And fuck it. MJF and Briscoe.
Dude, you said do it Saturday.
Yeah, do it Saturday.
Do it Saturday.
Stop it.
She's trying to save the world. That's Crypto the dog ready. Superman's in trouble. He's like, I don't give a shit. That's been troubling business.
As Marcus just alluded to, whilst all there's live streams going about, there will be a review Unfortunately, this picture is of me and Rika. Super Manny right there.
Super ready.
Of the new Superman film during Saturday's watch along of AEW All In at the
Yeah.
first 15 minutes, but that will be released as a separate video on Sunday if you cannot view it live.
Yeah, because AEW ain't the only ones going all in this weekend. Warner Brothers is all in. They're all in, people.
Do you know what? I forgot why that's why you suggested it. But that makes perfect sense that we do that review.
Yes. They are all in.
Yeah. Where are we? Megan Bain versus Tay Mello versus Queen Aminata versus Tekla. I didn't see anything personally wrong. I was looking for mistakes for Megan Bain.
There was plenty of mistakes in this match. Lack of athleticism. So, I watched NXT basically the same day I watched Dynamite. I fell asleep on NXT on Tuesday. Whatever, I'm tired. And I was like, you know what? I don't need to stand for this shit. So I saved it for Wednesday and watched it right before Dynamite. And then I was like, the lack of athleticism in this match is appalling. They were doing dives and people were just falling to the ground. Queen Aminata, I was landing on her neck after doing a roll. There were missed clotheslines and stuff like that. But overall, there was nothing embarrassing. That's what I want to say in a Megan Bain match where you just go like, what the fuck's happening here? There was a horrible no-sell, I think, when somebody had her on full mount where she was no-selling. But
yeah, and then so Megan Bain wins. Thekla and Queen Aminata continue to brawl backstage, which I thought was funny.
I mean, after the match, if I believe you cost me the match, I'll beat you up. Who took the pin again? It was God damn it! Who's the fourth person in this match?
I think it may have been Tay Mello.
Was it Tay Mello?
I think it may have been because Tay Mello is probably the most useless one in that match.
Yeah, I don't even remember her in the match, to be honest.
I think the more people they bring in, the less needed Tay Mello is.
Manny, I believe she's been obsolete since the days of Red Velvet.
Where is she?
She's injured, and she was going to be on Ring of Honor Supercard, which is on Friday. And that's why that tag match happened. I remember now. That's the reason that tag match with Takeshka and or the Proto Skeshka, whatever they call themselves. That bullshit day. Proshida, yeah, whatever the hell they call themselves. That's why that happens, because the Supercard Takeshka's fighting Bandito for the Ring of Honor title, and that's why they had Takeshka pin Bandito in this match to tease that he could win the title. Although I don't believe Bandito's losing to Takeshka this on Friday.
You know, you could be surprised. Samoa Joe takes on Wheeler Yuta. Sign Guy returns.
Oh, yeah. Sign Guy was back with a vengeance this week. I don't know who said, Sign Guy, you've been released from jail. Maybe Trump gave him a pardon, because I ain't seen this man like this in a long time.
Yeah, he came in ages.
He has signs for everybody in every different segment, and you know what? All of them were good. He was rolling. I don't know what he's been up to, but
I only had a problem with one of his signs.
Which one?
So during the main event, he had a "I feel sorry for Renee" sign.
Oh yeah.
But the real sign should be Renee should pay for Moxley's crimes.
It's true. You're the reason we ain't seen the title. The power's in the briefcase, Renee.
No, because if anything, like, you always will take shit for anything your partner does on the side, right?
Yeah. I mean, you co-signing with her.
She's standing there backstage, like, laughing it up with everyone at the backstage, having fun with MJF, having fun with
her bitches. She was there to watch Swerve and the Bucks. What you call her? She was there.
Yeah, she needs to pay for his crimes.
Yeah. Hell is coming your way. Okay.
Samoa Joe defeats Wheeler Yuta, and then Gabe Kidd hits him in the back of the head with a belt.
Why does he keep popping up?
It's still not understood why he's there.
No. Just randomly shows up in different towns like, oh, it's Gabe Kidd. But why?
Isn't there anyone else in AEW that can fulfill that role?
I would be upset if I'm Roosh and I'm just sitting around like, I can do this.
There's so many people that are like benched in both companies that could fulfill a role.
You know what? Fuck it. Give me the blade. Give me the blade.
Doing?
I don't know where the butcher and the blade are, but give me the blade. I feel like the butcher would fit perfectly in Moxie's group for no reason. Other than
But like
that,
Marcus, I'll give you this. Fightful Select have reported that Gabe Kidd is planned for AEW All In and will be the third member of the Death Riders alongside Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta in the AEW World Trios title match at All In against the Ops.
that's happening, huh?
Apparently.
At that moment, I'm turning to Saturday Night Main Event or NXT.
NXT will probably still be on.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't give me that. I boycott the trios title and I boycott any match with Game Kid because they need to explain what is going on. And the Ops are the worst faction in the game.
And frankly, for me, as much as patriotic as I could be, it's a crime that in a company of New Japan Pro Wrestling, their two main champions are both English. It's absurd.
It's a down point. Yeah, this is rough. This is rough. These are down years.
Yeah. John Moxley, the Young Bucks, Claudio versus Hangman, Will Ospreay, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Shibata.
8-man, Manny.
Yeah, I didn't like
it. Hold yourself. It wasn't bad. Come on.
Moxley chokes out Shibata. They continue to brawl after the match. They are about to bag Will Ospreay and Hangman when Swerve appears and destroys the Young Bucks limo.
Strike.
Why?
I'm doing it anyway. Destroy the limo, I'll kill your friend. And then explain to me why Will Ospreay is dead, Swerve. Oh, you want to destroy a limo that was probably rented. You son of a bitch. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I hate when people do stuff that doesn't correlate to what's going on in the ring. This is me about to be murdered, and my friend's like, hey, man, I'm about to be murdered, and Manny's outside destroying somebody's car. Manny, save my life. I don't give a damn about that car. My life is on my... They got a plastic bag they're about to put over my head. Okay, hey, I am about to be done. Brian Danielson haven't been seen since they did this. Allegedly.
Given previous videos and history of the Untitled Manny Marcus show, you of all people have history of being inside the bag, and I think you'd be fine.
Not a plastic one. I'm afraid of plastic bags. I feel like that's the way I'm going to go out of plastic bag. Dark and green, that is.
So I didn't mind this episode of Dynamite. I just felt actually no. Yeah, I didn't mind this episode of Dynamite. I think it was
Manny was digging for an excuse.
I was digging for an excuse, but it was a good lead-in. It was a very good
Manny was like, I fucking hated this episode of Dynamite. Why? I don't have a good reason. No, I thought it was a good episode of Dynamite. I'm not sitting up here saying anything. They didn't do anything wrong. It kept my interest the entire time. The show moved along. Yes, there was a lot of multi-person matches. I know that's affected Manny mentally, and I called and checked up on to see if he was okay. He was not. He was having an episode of playing Tony Storm.
He never called me. He never called me.
You dressed Rika up as a butler, and you were pretending to be Tony Storm in your own room, prepared to do improv. I was like, man, he's going to have an episode. Too many tag matches.
One of these days, that will happen. I may dress her up as Tony Storm and do the voice. And I bet you that'd be the most viewed video ever on this channel.
Man, get on it, right? Dress the dog up as Tony Storm, timeless Rika Storm, and you could be the butler. You could be Luther the butler, and you can have Conan asking, why is he even here? And Disco going, well, he owns a dog. He owns a dog. The dog can't stream itself.
But this may have been one of the best AEW shows produced prior to a pay-per-view as a good for a lead-in. Because their lead-ins are never that good. WWE's lead-ins are never good either recently. This may have been one of the better lead-ins we've had in a very long time.
Well, I think we can start talking about WWE's lead-in to Evolution with NXT this week. And I can go, they don't care about this show at all.
Yeah, NXT. Ricky Saints comes out. He does his. He has the Vanity Project Gauntlet. Marcus, the Evolve champion
Mm-hmm.
looks like the same size as Danny Garcia
Okay.
and the TNT champion Adam Cole.
No,
They
Adam
both,
Cole. Hold on, Adam Cole is much shorter than Danny Garcia. You're underestimating Danny Garcia's size. He's just very scrawny and lanky.
but everyone there was really small.
Yeah.
Except so the swipe right guys, they're just wide. Well, one of them is
I would
wide.
say
He's just
long.
huge.
I thought they were long. I thought they're more
He's
vertical, not
stocky. He's
tall.
very stocky.
I'm trying to think of the size. I guess stocky would be the term, like a tree stump.
Ricky Saints obviously makes it through the gauntlet. But Marcus, when you have the ability to pick any stipulation, tell me why you're not picking the false count anywhere, because that is a ridiculous stipulation.
Yeah, I mean, now he has opened himself up for the Vanity Project to interfere in everything. You want to know what would be your stipulation? I'll tell you mine. It's disgusting.
You could never put. You can't. It's basically the stipulation is I win.
Well, pick a. You know what, man? You can't go with I win. Pick the stipulation of match that you can screw somebody over and win.
All the rules apply to you, and nothing applies to me.
That's very nice. You know what I'm doing? Special guest referee. And I get to pick the referee. And the referee is Cody Rhodes, and he's got a fast count for me.
No, Cody Rhodes.
I'm talking about one of these counts. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He can't lift his hand higher than this. 1, 2, 3. It's like a clap. I'm cheating. Or how about this? I get to carry a knife the entire time. You don't have to get through my defenses.
You didn't say use a knife. You said carry.
Oh, I can use it if I want to. You okay? Come at me.
Now, let me bring back a conversation that happened a long time ago on this show.
Okay.
You are not afraid of an individual with a knife.
I know other people are, though. I'm the fool to go in there and be like, come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky. Knock the knife out of his hand like it was Streets of Rage. Pick it up. Throw it right in his chest. He'll disappear.
Marcus, Lady Reed be chatting shit. She's
everywhere. Yeah. Who is she? I still don't know who the fuck you are, Lady Reed. Like, I know who you are. I know you're not Carmen Petrovich. I can discern you from anybody else, okay? I'm just saying, I don't know where you came from and why you're here.
I was slightly disturbed later on in the night, and I will get to it if I remember, because it's not in the notes. But you just mentioned Carmen Petrovich, and it triggered a little memory. So she's stirring shit up with Sol and Zarya in the locker room. Kalani and Lola Vice are there, and like she should be worried about Thea Hill. Lady's like she should be in Battle Royal. Kalani's like, what the fuck have you done?
Yeah.
Why are you in it?
I'm going to give a thumbs up to Zarya. Her hair looked immaculate. I don't know what she's doing to it. I'm assuming it's a wig, but I don't know what's going on. It was smooth. It was silky smooth, like the what's the old guy from Kill Bill who wiped the beard? Padme? That's Star Wars. Padme.
And that's a woman.
Yeah, Padme. That's what her hair looked like. I was like, that's silky smooth. I don't know what she's doing there. She must be using oils, juices, and berries.
L'Oreal. She's worth it.
L'Oreal, no tears.
No, that's Johnson & Johnson's baby.
Is it?
Yeah, no more tears.
Oh, shit. Wrong one.
So Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace have a training montage, and they end up having a glamour workout, which I feel like this was just there to give Jordan Grace a personality, other than I speak with a deep voice that I sound like Kane with using the thing.
I thought it played up more as in Blake Monroe is gonna beat the shit out of Jordan Grace eventually. He's just slaughtered, send the pig up to slaughter, treating it nice. We creating that Wagyu beef, giving the cow a massage, not calling Jordan Grace a cow, but I'm just saying giving her a massage, tenderizing the meat, don't need to slaughter the beef. I feel like she set her up.
So we get Tavion Heights versus Charlie Dempsey. Charlie does a number on Tavion's leg in between the steps, causing Ren to throw in a towel on behalf of Tavion after being in various submissions. Ren,
this was slavery. You're pro-slavery by doing this. The man wants it free. Give him his free.
But Marcus, why is he fighting for his freedom anyway? Just
walk away.
Set up a tag match and I'll jump off the apron.
Yeah, what is this shit? Break up already.
Just turn on him. You don't. Who needs an? I don't need an amicable breakup. I'm good. I want some heat.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I agree.
Care about Charlie anyway. Ain't nobody gonna cheer if you jump Charlie.
Charlie, you're the fourth most important person in that group. It goes Tavion. My money's on Tavion, Ren Sinclair, and then it goes Bourne, and then Charlie.
Bourne wasn't even on TV this week.
I'm sure he was around. Stephanie was around.
Hank and Tank are talking gibberish in the back. Lexus King is lurking in the background. Javon adds to the gibberish in the back. Then he is attacked by Jasper Troy.
Later in the night,
Jasper Troy attacks him in the trainer's room. This is the thing. Behind Javon Evans, as he's being attacked, is a poster of Shing, 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 Carmen Petrovich. Who knew they made posters of Carmen Petrovich?
I'm sure Carmen made that poster of Carmen Petrovich. But I enjoy Jasper Troy. I think I enjoy Jasper Troy too, but I enjoy watching him attack people. I don't think I need to ever see him wrestle. Just attack people randomly.
So he goes out there later on in the night, demands Ava make it a triple threat title match.
Over.
But Javon comes out and takes him out.
Yeah. He was like, it's over. Javon has a cool... This is when he does the dive, right? Yeah. This is when he does the dive. And it's a really cool shot of him sailing through the air right in front of the camera. It felt like the Free Willy wheel going over. I was like, hold me. Yeah. So what?
I feel like that's 96, 98, potentially.
You know what? You know what the sad part about it? It's still relevant. Free the whales, Slay World. Free the whales.
We get Mike Santana and Joe Hendry versus High Rise. Trick and Wesley caused distractions, but that wasn't enough. Mike Santana still picks up the win. But Trick hits a trick kick on Mike Santana after the bell, and Trick and High Rise stand over Santana and Hendry.
They look like a set, man. I'm for this. Let's keep them all together.
Yeah, but are we falling into a small trap?
What kind of trap?
The Triple H trap.
What's the Triple H trap?
We put like for likes together.
Oh, we put the blacks together?
You put the Mexicans together?
Do it! Treat wrestling like prison. Do it!
Treat wrestling like prison.
Do it! Put everybody together. I don't know why, Tavion, you hanging around the EQC when you could be with us, Tavion.
Marcus, tell me why Inamura gets a good luck package.
I don't know.
And list all the people that were in this video.
No. No. I can't. Do you want to go person for person, or how do you want to do this?
You at least know two. I was disappointed in EO being in this.
Why? That's the point of countryman.
No.
I'm not responding. I refuse to let you know how little I care. I'll tell you, all right. I'll tell you the truth, Manny. I didn't watch the package, okay? I skipped it. You want the truth? I skipped the package. Just like I skipped Okada and Kenny Omega's package on Dynamite. I skipped these packages, okay?
So I had a thing in here which was like, Keiji Muto was in this video. And if you were going to come at me with like, oh, no, that's the Great Muta.
I was going to say the Great Muta.
That's a lie. Let me tell you why.
Yeah, paint on? What do you want?
He didn't have his mask on. He's only the Great Muta when he has his mask on. He is KG. He's just a regular man. Just like how Batman is a regular man when he ain't got the cape and the cowl on. He is just Bruce Wayne when he ain't got that shit on.
Yeah, he'll still fuck you up. I don't think Bruce I don't think you try Bruce Wayne and say, "Oh, you just Bruce Wayne today. You ain't the Batman. You gonna keep right there." I think he, unlike Superman, who will play soft with Clark Kent, I don't think Bruce Wayne's tolerate that shit.
Yeah, but still, you're still Bruce Wayne. I ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, Batman beat me up if he was dressed up in a suit.
I would say Batman whooped me up. I don't care. Batman whooped my ass. I saw Bruce Wayne. You got beat by a billionaire. This billionaire, yeah, but he's swole. Look at him. Man's like
at that point.
Bruce Wayne is 6'4" and pure muscle. Yes, he's a playboy and all that, but that dude is large. It's like walking up to Brock Lesnar picking a fight.
Obafemi and Inamura are out there. They didn't really say much of anything. Briggs,
they did. However, they did.
Briggs, however, decided to start talking dangerously.
Briggs is going. If this was a crime they were playing on committee, Briggs is going to jail because he was talking about, "I'm going to do anything to see my friend walk out." And I was like, "Oh my god, he's talking about cheating."
Well, there's that, and then Marcus, if you spoke up that highly of me, like Briggs did to someone like Obafemi, you've just signed my funeral. You've just signed my death.
Yeah, he's gonna come prepared. You're motivating him. Stop it.
He's gonna kill me.
Now, do I think Inamura is gonna win? Absolutely not. But I believe Josh Briggs is gonna come to the next.
You're not gonna go for shock factor?
No, not for this one. If I'm doing shock, it's gonna be on my real shows. Maybe Evolution, maybe on this one. It's not gonna be on NXT Great American Bash. And I can't have Inamura win on the Great American Bash. It's sacrilegious. And no, Josh Briggs is gonna cost Inamura this belt. He's gonna kick Inamura and turn on
him. I think Jasper Troy has more involvement in this than anything.
Nah, I think he's just gonna be focused with Javon and all that. Javon's about to take another.
He'll kill Javon and then come out.
Honestly, Javon may win. Javon may win this.
Nah, they really need to establish him because him of all people should not have lost. He shouldn't have been in a position where he loses to Inamura last week. He should have never been in that position because you're trying to establish him as a monster. He took a clean pin. He didn't lose. He's a rook, but he took a clean pin, Marcus, and you're just trying to establish him as a monster.
I agree, establish him as a monster, but to be honest, I have a monster. His name is Obafemi.
Nah.
If I would do monster ball, like I'm okay with him taking the pin. I'm okay with it. Let's let him take a pin to Javon. Let's build up Javon.
Nah.
Javon's
got stuff to work on. I don't want to have him have the early trick run where it was like it's there. Like Trick now, where everything's coming together. Mm-hmm. That's a great version of Trick. The 2 title reigns he had prior to this, trash. Yeah,
but I think Javon is right there with some of the most athletic and talented people in the game.
He's very athletic.
Well, in the game, and I think he's there to be in the mid card that I respect. The quote unquote Ricochet, Soul Roka. I'm picking all random black people apparently, and yes, Soul Roka is black for those who didn't know. But I'm picking it, yeah, or in the Rob Van Dam kind of role. Yes, he's not as good as Van Dam, but what I mean is that nice mid card gatekeeper. Like I think he'll win this.
I think they really still need to establish Jasper Troy. Kalani Jordan takes on Laney Reed. Kalani handles Laney Reed. This was a bit meh. Thea Hale jumps Laney after the match.
I know that fried your circuits.
Nah. It was so fast I didn't even really notice it.
That's what she said.
All the time.
All the damn time, you bitch! Why would you say it to me every time? You said the first time, okay? The second time, the third time, you want me to kill you? What do you want me to do? I can't have you tell people this.
It was a Doncast family have a sit down, set up by Rizzo, who came out hiding.
Did you call the Don Callis family?
Yeah, the Don. What are they? The D'Angelo family.
Yeah. You were proud. They're all a bunch of losers anyway. It's the same.
They're gonna have a final battle in a triple threat match. I think next week. Is it next week or is it on
I think
Great
it's next
American
week.
Bash?
I don't honestly know when it is. When they do it, there we'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll cover it.
The sad thing about this was I was really hyped about the storyline going into this.
No.
It just fizzled out. It fizzled so hard the moment after Stacks won that match, and then it was like they were scrambling to make this work.
Yeah, you think the Heritage Touch killed it? Huh?
Yeah,
Is it a triple threat for the Heritage Cup?
they didn't say it was.
Can we melt that thing down and just get rid of it? It's time. Sean, let it go. Let it go, Sean.
And then we end up. Then we have the Hank and Tank versus the Hank and Tank versus the Culling. The Culling get distracted by Sol Ruka and Zarya dealing with Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame, leading to Hank and Tank hitting the honk honk for the wins.
Yeah, you are misinterpreting everything that happened between the honkies and the calling. This was playbook plan number A, as she just said, where Tatum Paxley would distract by showing under her dress to Hank and Tank, who were two gay dudes who did not notice, but were still distracted. Got tapped, and it didn't work. You can see Tatum's frustration. Then Sol Roka, or Zar Roka, as they call themselves, come out there and they do the great kidnapping. The Culling had nothing left after that. Izzy Dane failed though. Hank and Tank with another good title defense. A little blood in the match. Booker T got taken out. There were some dives all over the place. Hank's dives are unhinged, Manny. I don't know if he knows where he's going. He always ends up on his back on his dives.
This is why outside of her being Filipino representation, this is why I enjoyed Shotzi matches, because when she flew, it's like Darby Allin. You don't know where she's going. You don't know how she's going to hit the target, but she will hit the target.
It is what the definition of a suicide dive is.
Yeah,
because you don't know what they're doing. They're just throwing their body at you. Her, Darby, and Hank. And I guess Tank is doing that too, but Hanks looks so awkward, and he looks so like he just falls weird all the time. Like he did the one where he dove onto the guy back when the guy was sitting up on the apron, and he just kind of falls on his head. And I'm like, he's like a child running around.
No, see, Marcus, I like the way Hank falls, because he falls like how a regular person falls, not like how a wrestler falls. It's how you and I, if we were to dive and actually manage to get some air or distance and just hit the thing that we're thinking, that's how we fall. That is how we fall. Crash and tumble.
Yeah, like a sack of potatoes, just everything falls apart. I ain't getting up. I'll tell you this: Hank's a better man than me. I guess he's young. I ain't getting up.
I make an attempt, but then I ain't getting up.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this one. If I had a match, Goldberg wouldn't be the only person having the last match if I did a dive. That's it. That's it. No rematch. Nothing. I Bill Murray in Space Jam. That's it. Going on top.
Ava hosts the Evolution Summit. She said stuff, and then JC Jane comes out and wants to make Evolution all about her, which prompts everyone to come out. Jordan Grace, Lash Legend, Stephanie Vakir, Natty and Maxine, Jada Parker, and Julia, just to name a few.
Excuse me. Ivy Now was there, Betty. Ivy Now! A woman who has never won a match, and they show her walking into the Performance Center. And I was like,
but again, who cared?
So, you know what? Zelina at least has former United States champion credibility, or Queen of the Ring and all that. At least she has credibility, kind of. But Ivy Now walking in there going, she ain't never did nothing.
This is up in the brawl.
The women go crazy and kill each other.
Yeah. Marcus, it is time for Fallon and JC to either graduate or be released.
It's true.
JC's been there since 2021. And Fallon's been there since 2022. There was this whole thing back then. There was a 3-year plan. If you weren't making any progress or anything.
No, you weren't making TV. You weren't making TV. What's the plan?
But yeah,
they've been on TV every day.
These two have been on TV for so long, and it doesn't seem like they're showing any signs of graduating from NXT. It seems like So much talent has moved on since as well, come and gone while they've been there. It's like, why are they the ones that are staying? It feels like either you let them go now, or it's time to let them go up to the main roster and sink and swim.
Yeah, you got to bring them up together, but I'm mixing up the group. I'm changing the group. I am kicking, and she may be gone after this. This is sad, but I'm kicking JC Jane out the group. I mean, it's easy to kick Jasmine Nix out. I mean,
Jasmine Nix definitely needs to go because she hasn't
done anything. She hasn't done anything and probably won't do anything. But I'm giving them a leader. They need a leader, and I think Blake Monroe should be their leader. I think she could be the new Mandy Rose.
Yeah, but then what? Keep them still in NXT, or you bring?
No, I'm calling them up like this. I'm calling them up like this.
See,
maybe I keep all four of them together.
I think it's about time Becky Lynch brought some people up with her, like used her star power to elevate other people because she doesn't seem to elevate people. She doesn't seem to elevate anyone.
She elevated Stratton
to a degree, but I feel like Stratton seemed to have a rocket strapped to her in the first place.
She elevated Lyra. She was feuding with Lyra all this time. She was teaming with Lyra.
Yeah, how do you feel about Lyra?
Lyra sucks.
I'm like a bird.
I want to fly away.
I think you pair JC and Fallon to what Becky's currently doing. I think you may have something there.
I don't know. I don't know if those are the right two. I think Becky needs people that. I think she needs muscle and power. I don't know who that is. I can't. I wouldn't give her Lash.
Muscle, yeah, it'd be Lash, but Lash doesn't fit Becky Lynch.
You're saying she's black because she's too big and black. I mean, she's too big.
No, because I think Lash could easily fit in the Judgment Day.
Manny, the Judgment Day does not put blacks in there. Okay, you need to understand that. You're either Latino or Irish.
They did, Marcus. Remember when R-Truth was there?
Not officially. You know why he couldn't get in, and he knows why he couldn't get into the clubhouse. They were racially insensitive. Rhea Ripley was running that with an iron fist. She dresses like a Nazi. You know it.
But yeah, I think Lash could be definitely seen as someone as easy muscle for anyone.
Yeah.
It's just whether they think she's there, and maybe are they going to continue with the gimmick of her being the way very street, the way she speaks.
You don't take the Lash out of Lash.
Because to be honest, you could easily play her with Naomi.
Who, Becky or Lash?
Lash.
Oh, that's easy pickings. You talking about Jailhouse Rules again?
But I think that could work because you got Naomi doing the straight talker who's slightly a little bit crazy, and then you have the backup.
Yeah. You got the Joker and you got, I guess it's goons. I don't know who you will put with there. Yeah. I mean, she'd be good muscle for him. But, bring Lash up. I think that's the person they need to bring up more than Fallon, what you call him. There's more potential in Lash than there is in
Well, yeah, they finally got rid of her anchor, which was Jakara Jackson.
They made a good team, okay? Lash let her climb up and jump off of her.
Yeah. And where did I get her? Jumped out of NXT.
You know what? Fuck it, Manny. I'm doing the worst thing possible. I don't care what you say about this. Becky Lynch and her muscle, the big cat, Nikita Lyons. You see in the background doing her shit.
No.
I'm down for that. They be talking shit.
The big cat's staying in Evolve, where she'll never evolve.
Coming soon to Monday Night Raw, the big cat, Nikita Lyons. What happened to Kiana James? Shit. Huh? The businesswoman. What's the business lady? Kiana James.
So she was injured at one point, but then, I believe she's benched. Much like Tyler Bate, much like Pete Dunne, Apollo. Apollo.
What the fuck are they doing with Apollo? Just cut him. What are you doing? You clearly have no use for him at this point. You've done everything to degrade the man. There's nothing left. Hold on. Evidence number 7. Apollo Crews against Triple H. The man will be. Go to hell. He has more evidence of being a racist than any man I think ever.
No, because Vince made him do that Nigerian thing.
I thought that was Triple H.
No, that was Vince.
That's Vince?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do anything to stop it. Still putting up his evidence.
Yeah, so that was NXT. I mean, they haven't done a great job of setting up Evolution.
No, they just do that
hodgepodge of a show, and it's gonna show this Sunday. It's gonna show that it's gonna be garbage.
I don't think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a solid show that has terrible build. I think there's gonna be the matches are gonna be solid. I think it's gonna be a nice celebration of women's wrestling. But I think that they have done piss poor job of building this. Like, I feel like there are certain matches that should be on the card that should have been a part of this, or people that should be a part of this. I think you should have. This should have been. We're calling in everybody on this show.
Yeah,
we're calling in everybody. Stephanie McCarron would not be in no piece of shit battle royal. She'd have a real opponent. She was featured on every other show.
There's that, and then obviously, in my view, if you want to watch great women's wrestling, go subscribe to the Pro Wrestling YouTube channel. Join their channel. Like, I think it's like a $6.99 membership for a champion tier membership where you get to view all their live shows.
Money.
You get to see my bald head from the front row.
You see Manny be a fan or a pervert. Who knows? We'll see how many really is in the crowd. Throwing dollars at him. It's disgusting. Yelling TNA. It's not even a TNA event. This is disgusting, Manny.
And you do get on the last show you do get to see TNA's Myla Grace and Harley Hudson, who have recently signed with TNA. And Chris Statlander is their new international champion, which will, I'm assuming, help the brand.
Possibly. We'll see. See if Stat can draw. She was in the crowd doing Dynamite this week, doing that, holding her number 1 spot. Maybe that's how you do it too. Yeah, Megan Bain just kicked Statlander. Although I would probably do it vice versa, since I think Statlander is a much better wrestler than Megan Bain.
Way better.
Yeah. So I would do it that way, but Tony has his girls for the time being.
So busy weekend ahead.
So I'll tease the thumbnail. Will this be the best week for women's wrestling in history, or something like that? They got Evolution. You got Mercedes and what you call them. You got their women's battle royal, multiple women battle royal between 2 shows.
I don't think it'd be the greatest women's weekend. I mean, maybe. Actually, possibly, but I think it'll be held up by Toni Storm, Mercedes. I think that will be the women's match of the weekend.
Yeah, I agree, but I do think this will be the best weekend ever, because it's not much. It's not much history of saying this was a good week in women's wrestling. So, like, you have great shows or good matches here and there, but both companies trying to make an effort to feature women, it's really tough. AW has 2 matches, but
yeah, but at least that what is it, that Battle Royal Gauntlet thing will at least be 25 minutes. So at least you'll probably get about an hour's worth of women's wrestling on AEW.
Yeah, you got Supercard of Honor. I think the Athena's wrestling too this week.
Everybody's gonna watch that show.
I know, but everybody's wrestling. I'm just pointing out every top woman in the business should be wrestling this weekend in some form or fashion.
So tune in, support women's wrestling.
Bring out Jackie. If they bring out Jackie, man, I'll be like, this is bullshit for that battle royal. I would recommend bring out old ass Jazz if you're gonna bring out somebody old.
She should be on commentary on Evolution.
Or as Eric called it, bring out who did Eric say was old? Was it Charlotte? It was somebody that was like 31 years old. No, because he says Bliss was old, But there was somebody this week blatantly who was like, damn, you made it sound ancient.
Jade. He said it about Jade.
Oh, Jade! Jesus.
He said it about Jade.
Grandma Jade out there. Put Grandma out there. Thanks, JK, but it was Jade.
It was Jade.
Put Jade out there.
That was so outrageous. That was a poor take.
Yeah. Oh.
While we're here, any questions? Anyone got any questions? Are you excited to see Superman tonight?
I am excited, man. You know me. I'm a DC fanboy, ride or die. I got DC tattooed on my ass. Don't worry about what that's for and why I got it, but it's tattooed on my ass. It doesn't even say comics. I don't even know who DC is. It's not even related to the comic book. It just says DC. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's my podcast family. But I look forward to it, and I look to see the relaunch of DC. It feels like the NBA season is getting ready to start, and we had a high draft pick, and we have hope that the season's going to go back. It reminds me of when Aaron Rodgers was coming down with the American flag in MetLife Stadium, and everybody was cheering, only to see him tear Achilles. That's what I think is going to happen. It may be a disaster, but I'm there for new DC comic movies and stories, and hopefully this is off to the right foot. According to Rotten Tomatoes, if you can trust it or not, it's certified. It's certified.
You can't trust that.
I know. But everything's on his back.
I go on Rotten Tomatoes every week as a different account and then bump up the Green Lantern rating. Great movie.
70%.
According to some users, Green Lantern is one of the greatest movies of all time.
I will tell you this right now, man. It is the greatest Green Lantern movie of all time. Not a live-action Green Lantern movie of all time. It has some animated ones.
I mean, those animated ones are really good.
Yeah. So it's the greatest live-action Green Lantern movie of all time.
Is it, though?
Give me another live-action Green Lantern movie, Manny, about the Green Lantern. There isn't.
The one performed by me and Rika.
Oh, God. Let me guess. Rika's playing Sinestro. Oh, bigoted. You give her a little mustache.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
She already has a little Hitler mustache. I don't know if y'all noticed. She's growing it out.
That's her nose.
You had to until I'm able to go. That is your nose, Rika. I'm calling that dog a Hitler, a mini Hitler, a Bitler. Shit.
I have no desire to see Superman until Faux News called it super woke. Now I'm going to take my whole family out of spite.
Yeah, well, they called it woke because they said Superman was an immigrant, and he's been an immigrant. He's an illegal alien.
He's an alien.
Let's go to the planet. He ain't got no papers. No one knows. The point is, Superman is a good person. That's his character. Of course he'll be woke. He ain't gonna be like, oh man, the DEI hires are ruining Metropolis. They're ruining the Daily Planet with DEI. Perry White, the person Perry White, you DEI hire. I should be taking your job. Lois Lane, I should be doing right. I should be a Nobel Prize winner. Okay, you are a woman. That's what they're basically saying.
J.K. Smith said, "Who would be the wrestler you would have a blood feud with?"
Oh, that's easy.
I think yours is Wheeler Yuta.
No, I wouldn't get the blood. I'd be over it. It'd be one and done. It's a one and done match.
Yeah, but I think that's on site. Whenever you see him, it'd be on site.
No. It's a one and done. We may have a good feud going here and there, a couple of weeks leading into like, I can't think of a damn pay-per-view. Full Gear or something. But we wouldn't make the pay-per-view. We'd be on Zero Card. No, if I had to pick a wrestler, I was going after Manny because I heard news that this person is training for a match at SummerSlam. I want to have the match with him. And I think it's coming down to blood. And I think it's only one way this can end. Me and you, Jelly Roll. This Sunday at SummerSlam. Blood feud. I want to take out Jelly Roll.
Why?
Fuck Jelly Roll, Manny. Fuck him.
So what's your wrestler name? Peanut Butter Sandwich? Peanut butter sandwich versus jelly roll.
Has a ring to it.
Stop setting me up.
I will be no. You know what? I would be the lunchador. I'll be the lunchador. I would
The
be.
lunchador.
I'm the lunchador. I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking about lunch all day, and I can't really dive. I'm out of shape because I ate lunch before the match up. It's a hot
I don't know
dog.
who you want for me. It's probably Thea Hill. Or
Gee, can not be a woman, Manny? Can you not beat women with chairs?
hey, if Shotzi can have a feud with Matt Cardona, why can't I have a feud with Thea Hill?
What? You're old enough to be Thea Hale's father at this point.
How dare you?
And two, you're like twice her size. She's gonna come out there with high feistiness, and you're gonna be like, yeah.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Big man, little man.
I am going to give you the feud of Andrade for no reason. You're in a lifelong blood feud with Andrade.
Who is the boss?
Who's the boss?
Who's the
I want to
boss?
see your boss.
So yeah, that is today's video. We will be back all across the weekend. So make sure you tune in whenever we're on.
Yeah, if you
Hit that
got to tune
notification
up, go
bell.
ahead, but don't tell us about it.
We'll have a tune up match.
No, I don't want to see them tune up.
Ah.
Let him his leg up. Gonna finish your test of strength. I think you don't want to let the guy go back. Oh no.
Yes. Tune in to all the nonsense we have this weekend. You're guaranteed to have fun when you do.
I don't know. We come in hateful sometimes. Many of my sources are close to me said for our 500 episode we had a giveaway, and your biggest fan got to be in studio with you the entire time on such a hot day in your room. Will you please bring your fan onto the camera?
You know, it's really messy to show this fan.
Yeah, it's very flexible. This fan is big, white, and flexible, just the way Manny like him.
Big motherfucking fan.
Yeah, so Manny earlier was trying to tell me I have a big fucking fan. And then pin it a little bit more to the side, Manny, and get the black fan in there. This little ass fan on the side is what I thought he was talking about. And I was like, Manny, you ain't got no fan.
No, it's this sharp turbo blade fan. Yeah, it's incredible. It's been on full blast. I don't think you heard it at all during this.
No, is it blowing hard? That was no. Like, does it blow like strong, cool air? Is what I'm trying to say.
It does.
I was not trying to make a dirty innuendo.
You're a Tony Stark.
If I was trying to make a dirty innuendo, I would say, is it blowing hard like your favorite? No. I don't want to go there. I don't want to talk about Paige.
Hasn't she suffered enough?
Yeah, people need to leave her alone. She'll be on Evolution this week.
Because this is her house.
You know what? And Britt Baker's going to be in the crowd just to piss off Tony Khan.
Like this again.
Yeah. Remember the Adam Cole days. Praying one day I'll be in the ring. Last time I prayed for Adam Cole's life. Now praying I just want to work again.
Now she's currently praying for his downfall.
I want her to go into WWE for one reason. They have to change her name, and they have to give her. She no longer be a licensed dentist. They gotta say she's a surgeon now.
What's she gonna be? Brittany Baker?
Britannica Baker? I don't know. That's the encyclopedia.
Brittany Baker?
Ballin'.
It's not. I got it off Amazon and I'm paying monthly. It's £250.
Don't tell anybody you're on layaway. Come on, Manny.
It is on layaway.
Oh,
Can't afford
Jesus.
it outright.
Not you done some little drugs to the kids
This
out
show
there.
costs too much.
I thought you were doing drugs to those kids on those trampolines out there, and that's how you got the money.
My sherbet days are
Now
over, Marcus.
I'm gonna find out you're gonna get fired from your job or your day off for stealing boxes, and I know that's what's going on. That's how you got the money.
Don't you dare compare me to that lady that stole chicken wings. The lunch lady that stole chicken wings is now serving time.
No, I was comparing you to Craig from Friday. God, man, you got to update yourself with black movies.
Marcus, I ain't a loser like Craig.
Craig wasn't a loser. He had a gun.
Craig was a loser, and you know it.
Yeah. He was a bum. He was never getting out that house. He barely get a job. You see the follow-up Friday movies. He ain't doing shit either in there too.
I swear Day Day had it better.
Well, Day Day was fresh off the lottery. Just ain't paying their taxes.
Yeah, so like the video, subscribe. We'll be back later in the week. Peace.
Peace out, fellas. 500 bitches, 500 penises for everybody. Oh, get this one off. I regret it. Ah, much better.
Do you know what that looks like? Do you know what that picture looks like? Liberation.
Yep. That looks like the 4th of July. But, it looks exactly like the 4th of July, to be honest.
Oh, it's outrageous, this image.
Can't wait to hear Conan complain. Why did she have a bottle of champagne?
Champagne.
Anyway, she's going to lose.
I hope not.
Creative control, man. I believe it.
Yeah, Tony Khan's a liar. He's
Tony
a liar.
Tony don't want to admit it. You gave her creative control. You were at a weak point in your life. You needed something to shock them. Say you needed something. You needed help. This is you at your weakest point of Dynamite. You needed her, and you gave her creative control. Admit it. Yeah. And that's how I know she got creative control. Well done, steak.
Yeah, so we'll be back this weekend. Peace.
Peanut.
Can't say that.